Welcome to GCSE Food Preparation and Nutrition. The exam board that we use are WJEC EDUCAS. Now, as you can see from this slide, I do encourage you to read through the slides in your own time as well, that we cover 5 or 6 different areas. Now, food, nutrition and science are the 2 big areas, as well as food safety, food choice and food provenance, which is where food comes from. We look at food commodities, which means groups of food, and each half term we will be looking at a particular group of foods and studying those in more depth. And I've listed those on the right hand side. The course is assessed in 50% exam and 50% practical and coursework based investigations. So commonly call those NEAs or coursework. So you will be sitting at a main exam, and that exam is usually at the end of year 11, and then you'll be doing assessments, more practical based exams in class where your teacher will be your assessor. Now the 2 big practical exams are made up of 15% and 35%. One of them is more science, food science based, and one of them is more skills and food preparation based. So again, I urge you to read through the content, and I've given you a few examples here on this next slide, exactly the kind of assessment that you will be expected to do. And as you can see, there is a period of time that's allocated to that, and they will be done in class with your teacher. Now, why should you study this subject? Some people say, well, does it lead on to A-levels? Does it lead on to further education? Absolutely. This is a very popular subject, and if you look into it in more depth, you can see it leads on to very many different types of work. Careers in food production and its development, nutrition and being a sports nutritionist, or into teaching, into diet studies, nursing and care, or things like hospitality and catering, becoming a chef, etc. And I think it's quite interesting to see those 3 comments at the top about what other students have actually said about this course. Now, George says that he loved the course. It gave him a chance to be practical as well, learn a lot about nutrition, which really helped him with his sports studies. And Alicia says that she liked doing GCSE food because she wanted to be a nurse, and it taught her about food and food science. And the common misconceptions about this course is it's not all practical. It's a GCSE, which means that you have got to prove yourself in other ways than practical work. So you will be expected to do coursework and written work. And it's certainly not an easy option. It's no easier than any other option that you would perhaps think of choosing. And it does lead on to 6th form and further education, which I mentioned earlier. I would say that you do have to be an independent learner for a course that is mainly 50% coursework based, being able to motivate yourself, being able to work to deadlines. Because I will be, and your teachers will be, asking you to get your work in at a certain time, and that will be the deadline. The kind of questions that people tend to ask are laid out on this slide here, and again look through these. I'll be able to answer a few of them now. How much cooking will we do? Well, I try and get you to cook most weeks, certainly every other week, and then that gives us enough time to do the theory-based work as well. We tend to do most of the theory-based work in year 10, and then we do the assessed-based work in year 11, and that's worked quite well in years gone past. Do you have to be able to have cooked beforehand or be a really good cook? No, not at all. You have to be interested in food and nutrition and the science of how food can be developed within science as well. Can it be expensive? Well, I think it's obvious that if you're going to make something like the food that was portrayed here in the photograph, you have got to buy the ingredients. So there will be a cost for your family and your carers. If you would be struggling or if you would need any support from the school, then that is available. So no student should miss out. Now, this last slide shows you further areas that you could perhaps go and have a look at to see if this is the course for you, as well as obviously coming and speaking to me in C7 in the technology block. Now, Seneca is a platform that we use generally in design and technology, and if you go into Seneca Learning and put in food preparation and nutrition, you will see you can access this very easily, and you can see the whole curriculum there laid out. So I really urge you to go and have a look at that, and just have a look again, going back to the beginning, is have a look at the content that this course covers. Also, if you're interested and you do want to take up the subject, and you might think about getting yourself some revision or a textbook that you could perhaps have at home if that's possible to do so. But then again, these are available from school for you to use and borrow. That has been quite a short presentation on this subject, but please, as I said before, look through the slides. Please come to one of us within Design and Technology if you have any further questions. I hope it was useful. Thank you.